Hey there, how you doing? It's day 33 and today I want to talk about how to get new customers for your business, how to find customers for your business. This is the challenge that we all face. So I want to share with you some ideas and strategies to help you find new customers for your business. But before we do that, a little rewind, go back to yesterday. So if you caught the video webinar yesterday, you would have found out that there was a bit of a screw up with the live stream, so apologies for that. Hopefully you got on board and found the correct live stream in the end. That was my screw up entirely. Trying to work this thing out with YouTube Live, a little bit technical. We're getting there. But to make sure you don't miss any future updates, any future broadcasts, any future live webinars, subscribe to the channel. So whatever happens is you'll get an update when I go live, and you'll get the update on the right URL this time. All right. So what I want to share with you today is all about how to find new customers for your business. And this is something obviously that I'm going through at the moment because I'm launching a new business. And one of the challenges that I set for myself this year was to take a new business from 0 to 100,000 in revenues in a year and share that journey with you so you can see how it happens, see the successes and failures. And obviously one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle is finding customers. That's going to be where any business is a success or a failure. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about finding customers for your business. And what I want to do is I want to share this with you. I want to share a whiteboard. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if this works. Because not everything works in the realm of live. So if it works, it's a bonus. So hey, look, what I'm going to do is just share with you a quick overview of a basic strategy to get customers for your business. And this is a pretty good whiteboard app. If you need a whiteboard app that you can share in some kind of like live chat or live webinar, it's AWWAPP. I think it stands for a web whiteboard app. Anyway, let's get going. So what I want to do, I just want to draw sort of a pyramid of what really is the base of your marketing strategy and divide this up into three. And look at these three different areas of what will be your marketing strategy, right? Now, the important thing here is when you're building any business is not to get focused just on one area. I know I talk about doubling down, but that's about channels. This is about strategies, right? So what I'm talking about here is three different approaches to finding customers for your business. And at the bottom here, let me just switch over to text. At the bottom here, this is what I call your ecosystem. This is really the base of your marketing strategy. So what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem, these are the people that you know around you. So let's say, for example, you're into triathlon like me. You're going to know a lot of triathletes. You're going to know coaches. You're going to know elite. You're going to know elite amateurs, professionals. People who organize events and everything. So that would be your ecosystem. The people around you that kind of share that common interest. And one of the things I talk about in the Entrepreneur Upgrade course, which you can find on up.school.io, is about your tribe. Your ecosystem is your tribe, more or less. It's the people around you, that immediate network, that 150 people that you know, that you have relationships with. So they could be people that share same interests as you. They could be people from your previous businesses. They could be people in your neighborhood, whatever. But you share some kind of common bond of trust. That is your that's your base of your marketing strategy. And moving up, we have the inorganic marketing, which could be paid. I'll talk a little bit about this in depth in a minute. This is your second level. And then at the top, which I'll talk about at the end, you have your organic, which is, if you do SEO, that kind of thing, all that kind of search-driven marketing traffic. So basically, let me just move that up, tidy it up a little bit. basically, these are the three levels of your marketing strategy for finding customers for a new business, right? Or for any business that could be, a few years old. Really, you still need to focus on these three areas of marketing. Let me talk a little bit about each one and why you need every single one of these in your marketing strategy. So the ecosystem, this is your first starting point. This is where, if you're launching a business, this is where you're going to test your MVP. Now, your MVP, if you're not familiar with this term, is, again, something that I refer to in the Entrepreneur Upgrade course. It's something that, if I could just refer to some of the book reviews that I've done recently, The Lean Startup, The 7-Day Startup, and also Chris Guillebeau's books in there somewhere, The $100 Startup. They all talk about MVPs to some extent. And basically what an MVP is, a minimum viable product. So this is the product which you're going to push out, which is the absolute bare bones version of your product. You're testing your product. And what you're going to do is you're going to test that on your ecosystem, because it's so easy for you to approach these people. So you take your bare bones product and you approach your ecosystem. And it could be done a number of ways. I talk about the 10 by 10 hack in one of my webinars and also in my course. There's a number of different ways that you can approach your ecosystem with an MVP and say, hey, look, I've got this product. It's very early days. I want you to get on board and test it and help me out and build this thing, right? If you went to any of the other levels of the marketing pyramid here, they wouldn't be bothered because they don't trust you. It's a waste of time for them. Why would they do this if it's half built, that kind of thing? But if you go to people that people, for example, going back to the triathlon example, if you went to everybody and said, hey, look, I've got this special gadget, this foam roller for you to, you can use after running or cycling. I want you to try it out. They'll try it out, even though it's kind of a half-baked product. So the ecosystem is always the starting point for testing an idea and a product. So that's your first marketing base. These are your true fans. These are your first fans, if you like. These are the people that are going to help you build your business, because if you get it right, if you make them part of the process, they will become your best marketing department. Because they have a relationship with you, they trust you, they're easy to approach, they can get on board quickly. You don't have to strong arm them into trying something because they're already there. They trust you, they'll do it because they trust you and they know you. So the ecosystem is your first point, and that's the quickest way to get customers. And you should not overlook these people as potential customers just because they're friends or people that you work out with or people that you have a shared interest in, whatever it is. You should not overlook them as paying customers. One thing you should certainly not do is give it to them for free, because if you give it to them for free, they won't value it. Put a nominal value on whatever your product or service is, whether that's $10 or $100, just so that they can value it and give you some valuable feedback. Because if there's no skin in the game, there's no commitment on their side, there's no real feedback from them. So let me just explain why we need these three areas for your marketing strategy for getting new customers. At the top, obviously the organic area of your marketing strategy, and the bottom is your ecosystem and fans. So as you go down to the bottom of the pyramid, it's all about speed. So you can approach this level here, you can approach your ecosystem today, right now. So if I said to you, for example, right, look, your life depends on it. I want you to get one customer today. Where are you going to start? The first people you're going to turn to is your ecosystem, right? Those are the people that you're going to pick up the phone to, send an email to, and boom, you could get a customer today. Even if that customer is $10, $17, $47, whatever it is, you could get a customer today with your ecosystem, right? And they're going to provide the best feedback for you, fast feedback. So in terms of getting your business up and running, you need an ecosystem to get you going. This is the smallest cog that you can turn to turn the bigger cogs later on. Up here, the reason why we need to target these guys is volume. So let me just progress up this pyramid a little bit to explain what's going on. So the inorganic paid, this will kick in once you've approached your ecosystem and you've got your first batch of customers on board. Your next step is to then go out and pay for inorganic traffic, because then you can scale real fast. What you can effectively do is go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Google, whatever works, and pay for traffic. And what you've got to do is get it to such an extent that you can work out how profitable you can get one customer on board from these sources. And once you've achieved that, then you can just scale this thing up, right? If you know, for example, it costs you $5 to acquire an inorganic customer and they bring in $25 on average, let's say 1 in 4 of them buy, and the cost of your product's $100, so they're bringing in an average of $25. You know, you spend $5, you get $25. That's your return on investment. You could simply ramp that up. So that's how you move it out to the second level of acquiring customers, is you go into the paid traffic, because this is, unlike organic, this is fast. I mean, organic is probably the best type of traffic long term, but the problem is it takes time. Anybody who knows SEO and teaches SEO is tell you can't expect results overnight. You know, if you're doing SEO, you're waiting weeks, months to get any kind of results, right? It's a long process. So what you do is in level 2 here is you're going to where the traffic already exists. And I said those sources, Google, Twitter, and Facebook. You could also add in, for example, Amazon or YouTube as potentials as well. Basically, any platform where there are millions, if not billions, of customers ready, waiting there. That's where you want to go in, and you want to tap into those customers and kick off there, because those people you can bring on board real fast. But the thing is with that is, obviously, it's not particularly profitable for you, and it has diminishing returns. Okay, because as you spend more and more advertising dollars, you're going to get less and less return on those traffic. So the key long term is to have a third aspect to your marketing strategy, which is organic SEO, which would be, for example, content creation. For example, blog posts, putting out YouTube videos, putting out podcasts, the stuff which doesn't immediately produce results, the stuff that you do which really resonates with the manifesto, if you like, of what your business is all about, the key message, and you know what you want to get across, but you don't see customers coming in right away. But what tends to happen is, and what I've found from my experiences doing the organic stuff is, you know, you could be at an event in a year's time and somebody walks up to you at that conference and say, "Hey Graham, you know what? I listened to that podcast that you did 18 months ago and it was fantastic. And now I want to talk to you." Now, the problem is with that strategy, and why people give up on organic SEO, is because of the 18 months or 12 months or X months timeline, is they think, well, why am I doing this? Because I'm not getting any results. But the thing is, you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds which take a lot of time to grow. But ultimately, those seeds produce the most volume, as evidenced here, right? So I wanted to share this with you. And the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because when you're growing a business, you need to be doing all three activities. You need to be hustling all three. You can't just be sitting on your butt waiting for something to come through the door. So if you're just doing your fans, for example, what's going to happen is you'll grow your you'll grow your market very quickly within a small group of people, and then it will drop off. So you'll get a small spike, and then it will drop off. So if you're finding you had a lot of success earlier on, but you're finding it difficult to maintain that success, the reason may well be that you targeted just your fans and your ecosystem, and you forgot about the inorganic traffic to back that up. That's sort of what kicks in the weeks to months period. And the months to years period is the organic SEO. So for example, if you're then finding that you got early results, you maintained it with paid inorganic traffic, but you're finding it difficult to maintain momentum, and you're finding diminishing marginal returns on your marketing. The problem is that you don't have any organic presence. Okay? And then, for example, if you're just doing organic content, which is very very possible if you're just producing content and doing blog posts and putting content out there, but you're not getting any results. It's taking ages and ages for you to get customers through the door. The problem is you're not doing anything in levels 1 and 2, which is you're not approaching your fans, and you're not doing anything inorganic or paid. So hopefully that gives you a good visual. If you like it, like the video so I can get some feedback. Let me know in the comments what you think, how this sort of fits into your marketing strategy as well, or whether or not that maybe has opened your eyes to maybe where you've got a blind spot with your marketing strategy currently. Because this is what it's about. Hopefully I've shown you something which you think, aha, maybe that's where my weak spot is at the moment. And by the way, one thing I wanted to add, I forgot to add, that when I talk about inorganic or paid, I'm not just talking about Google, Facebook, etc. There's other things as well. I mean, doing partnerships as well. You could approach a website, do a partnership with them, and they could drive a lot of traffic to you. That would be an example of inorganic paid, because you have to go out there, you have to hustle it, and they could drive a lot of traffic to you. It's kind of like going to a paid platform as well. So you could include that in there as well. So those are the 3 levels. What do you think? Let me know. Let me just change the screens back over here. See if this is working. Everything seems to be fine. There might be a delay a little bit on the audio visual. There is sometimes on YouTube Live. Just wanted to share that nugget with you because this is what I'm working on at the moment. If you go back to the last couple of days, I shared my early sales figures of marketing channels as well. So you can get an idea of what I'm doing in building this 0 to 100K business as well. If you go back to day 30 as a starter, I actually share my marketing channels figures. So you can just get an idea of what I'm doing in terms of marketing. But there's also there's also other stuff on top of that. For example, doing events, doing YouTube Live, all those kind of things. So putting SlideShare presentations out there, doing LinkedIn posts, obviously doing blog posts as well, giving away a lot of content. You've just got to do this to drive traffic through your door, but you can't just be waiting for traffic. You've got to go out there and do the paid stuff as well. I'm doing Google ads. I'm going to be doing Twitter ads starting tomorrow. What else? That's the paid stuff. And the ecosystem, so that layer 1 is where I started already. That's where I started my MVP. So I went out and approached my network of entrepreneur friends and I pitched them the idea of up.school and the courses, and people jumped on board. So that was pretty straightforward. So that's what I'm doing in recruiting customers, how to get customers. So hopefully that was a useful video for you. Quick lesson, quick soundbite of how to get customers for your business. If you're replying to me on email, shoot me an email and update me on your progress. If you're a newsletter subscriber on upschool.io, the usual is, any email that you send me will land in my inbox and I will answer that. If you've got any questions about growing your business, any challenges that you're facing, feel free to answer me because I am passionate about this stuff and hopefully I've shared a little bit of that passion with you today. So guys, there you go. How to get customers for your business. My name's Graham Brown. This is up.school. Let's make 2017 the best year yet. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 34.